I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
On first down, Hubbard. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
At the 30-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Defense, let's get out the field, defense. Sponge! Hey, alert! Hey, wahoo!
Rosen just getting the snap off and 1. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career.
Brings up 3rd down.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches.
Alert! Hey, foxtrot! Hey, motion backfield! Fires the mic! Come on, D! What do you got?
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Here's Rosen. Pressure comes and down goes Rosen. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down, make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
After the sack on first down, Rosen's got Hooper on the short connection. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. On 3rd down, Rosen. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Hey, Delta. I got him.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
Let's go, deep. Let's go.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Alert, alert, alert. Let's get the ball.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7 on the ground. That trims it to a 3rd and 15 situation.
Watch the slant. Hug. Whip. Watch the whip. Mike 5. Defense. 80. 25. Check 25. Monday. Hey, alert. Hey, zoom. Check 37.
From the gun, it's Rosen. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
Here we go. Hey, hold on. Come on.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Second and 15. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. Hey, switch gears.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Sack, baby! Sack!
Third down.
Come on, sack!
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Throwing on 3rd and long. Martinez. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Packers 7, Falcons 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Rosen to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Rashawn Gary. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
You don't want it. Alert!
And now it's Rosen looking. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, alert! 61, matchbox lights. Hug! Hey, Echo. Mike 12. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Check Mike 12.
Now it's Rosen. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 32-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Monday. Hey, Haywood.
To throw is Rosen. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Second and 5. He completes it to Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Let's go now. Slip your arm. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. Check safety, check safety. You got safety.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. 2nd and 1. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Martinez to throw on 3rd down. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 42.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll try the right side with Jones. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Here we go. Hey, no.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He's able to find Wallace. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here we go. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check nickel.
Here's Martinez looking to throw on 2nd down. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. It's their quarterback with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And the Packers have retaken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Yeah, especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. Throwing now, Rosen on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Middle.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to regain the lead. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We've got a little more than a minute to go, and I think the offense is saying, hey, all we need here, a field goal, and we can take the lead into intermission.
Well, I think that's what
He's got a man, complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Okay, just like that. Just like that. Jumper. Watch 15. Mark 15.
Looking to throw. Martinez drops it to Jones in the flat. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. To throw is Martinez on 1st and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they give this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down up past the 15. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this of intermission? Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Hey, exit. Check Mike 12. Mike 12, Mike 12. 80. Check 99. Check 99. Hey.
After the interception, here's Rosen. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
At the 26-yard line.
180. Check, check, check. Alert, alert. Check. Alert, flag.
They'll run on first down. It's Hubbard. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Give these tracks. Let's go. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Switch, switch, switch. Protein spill. Middle, middle, middle. Hey, Alpha.
Now Rosen looking to throw. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Check the backer, check the backer. Hatchet, hatchet. Slug, hug. Slam.
On 3rd down, Hubbard. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I know he ain't got it. Mike 5, Mike 5. Let's go, let's go. Hey, quarter. You want this. Smith! Fire's the mic. Check. Mike 5. One down.
On first down, it's Rosen. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
I'm coming after you. Check 31.
On second down, it's Smith, and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Ito Smith, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point safely through, and that makes this a 9-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Packers take over first and 10.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw. Martinez. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 58 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Come on, D. Mike 12. Pick it up, right? Pick it up. Check it out. Echo. Mike 12. Hey, watch the slant.
2nd and 14. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th.
A 29-yard attempt.
Again, knocks this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. It will give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Alert. Hey, orbit. Check. Fresno.
Rosen will throw. And finding the tight end, Hooper. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
He's coming. We got double. Hard. Rush in. Makes 3. 218, chopper. Tighten up. Hey, quarter. Bravo. Twist. Like 12.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on third down. I mean, you just need a yard or two to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Jones has it. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. It's his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Martinez now. From the gun, he'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Martinez throwing on 4th down. Going long here for Wallace. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
A big-time play there for the Falcons. 51 yards on the ground.
First down and goal to go.
They'll come out in the pistol. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
SOS. Hey, alert. Check three. Check four.
They'll try to run this one in. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead is now 13. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Come on, Locke. We better not.
Second and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Grady Jarrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Martinez. And the pressure gets to him again. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
On 4th down, Martinez. That's to his running back, complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal.
Watch the twist. Watch the shift. Monday.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for a 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. Go, go, go.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Martinez throwing on 1st down. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. A very solid gain of 27. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Martinez. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Check it out. 180. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hubbard, and this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. Give them a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
It's 4th down.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Cameron Johnston now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Looking to throw. Martinez. He's going to let it flop. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw. Martinez. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Here I come again. Slam. Shift. Go. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Here's Martinez. Throwing again. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. A good pickup there. 26 yards. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Here we go. 15's the mic. 15. I got 15.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step 1, the touchdown. You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if they're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for 2 again. That's why teams are practicing multiple 2-point plays.
We saw that in Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big 2-point conversions. And it's caught, but he will not get into the end zone. And that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the 4th. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Falcons. And that should just about seal it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Atlanta, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Packers, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.